Hello everyone, my name is Umashankar Maganti. I am a chartered accountant in practice. I teach income tax here in Mastermind. Today I am here with you to discuss with you day before exam strategy for preparation of income tax. First of all, forget about how you have written today's exam. Whether you have written well or you have not written well, please forget. Ensure today's exam will not influence tomorrow's tax paper. Okay, coming to our objective, how to prepare for tomorrow's income tax paper. If you see the trend of paper that is issued by CMA Institute, especially for income tax in last 5 to 6 papers, there are certain chapters from which he is definitely asking a question. So you need to ensure those chapters you prepare well before going to the examination. First one is residential status. Trust me, definitely there will be one question from residential status. You can look, I challenge you, last 5 to 6 attempts, definitely there was one question given from residential status. So, first prepare residential status chapter. In that residential status chapter also, some incomes will be given and question will be asked how that income is taxable for ROR, RNOR and non-resident. Prepare those kind of questions first. The residential status is top priority. Second one is salaries. From salaries also definitely he is asking a question. So you cannot ignore income from salaries. You need to prepare income from salaries also. Like whatever the questions that are discussed in the classroom, please prepare those questions also, salaries. You can expect a problem from salaries even. Next. TDS chapter. From TDS chapter also he is asking definitely a question. So please prepare TDS chapter also. Then agricultural income. From agricultural income, he is asking a question. The question like some incomes will be given and question can be asked whether this income is agricultural income or not an agricultural income. Next, PGBP total income. Definitely one question is going to come from PGBP and total income. So like we have discussed many problems in the classroom, go through the adjustments. See, tomorrow is the examination. So like if you start doing every problem, time is not sufficient. So in every problem, whatever the highlighted adjustments are there, please go through those highlighted adjustments. One more thing, in total income problem, after calculating total income, the questionnaire can also ask you to calculate tax liability. So that's why in the introduction chapter, tax rates are given. Please go through tax rates. Please go through surcharge rates. Please go through rebate concept. Okay, that is also important. PGBP, total income and tax rates. Okay, so like total income, in total income problem, majority of the adjustments will be given from PGBP only. So prepare that chapter very well. Another one is from return of income, he is asking theory questions. Who are required to file income tax return, revised return, belated return, updated return, defective return. Likewise, theory questions are being posed in the examinations. So please prepare theory questions also from filing of income tax, like return of income chapter. After you prepare all these chapters, I have told you, right, residential status, next salaries, even in income from house property also, question can be asked from income from house property also, like 2 to 3 times he asked in last 6 papers. So don't forget income from house property also, residential status, salaries, income from house property, TDS, TCS, return of income, PGBP, total income. And then prepare capital gains also. Last time question was asked from capital gains as well. Next, after you prepare these, small chapters were there: clubbing of income, set off of losses, income from other sources, chapter 6 deductions. Just go through the provisions. Some students are asking me, sir, if we are clear with provision, is it sufficient or do we need to do all the problems as well? The thing is, if you are very clear about the provision, it is sufficient. But if you do problems, you know how to handle those problems in the examination. So whatever the problems that are taught in the classroom and whatever the problems that you have practiced, please go through important adjustments in all those problems. And till this time you have written many weekend examinations. In weekend examinations also, in income tax you would have done some mistakes. Please recollect those mistakes and ensure those mistakes are not repeated in tomorrow's examination. Okay, so these mandatory chapters please prepare today, and these chapters are going to save you tomorrow, and they will definitely get you pass in tomorrow's examination. Residential status, house property, salaries, total income, PGBP, TDS, TCS, return of income, and last capital gains. From these chapters easily you can expect 4 questions in the examination, no doubt at all. So please prepare these questions, these chapters very well. Thank you.
Yes, people, very good morning. Whenever you are watching me, I am CA Rajesh, a practicing chartered accountant and working as a faculty for audit and taxation at Masterminds. I hope you have written the previous exams well, and I hope your preparation is going on well for the tax paper. That is nothing but income tax and also indirect taxes. Whatever the way you have written your previous exam, just ignore that. It's not going to make any sense in hanging on the previous paper that you have written. So there's no point in getting regretted because of the previous exams, that mistakes that you have made. So stop discussing about your previous mistakes with your friends now. So it's high time for you to come out of that and start preparing for the tax papers. So already Uma Shankar sir might have told you about the income tax strategy. Now I am here about discussing about the indirect taxes. Yes. So before you go ahead with the discussion, if you like the video, please do share, like and subscribe and write your comments on this video. So going ahead, yes, we are here to discuss about the day before exam strategy of CMA Inter 2024 June. So as you are aware, in the classroom already I was telling you some important topics. Yes, I am going to quickly tell you the important concepts chapter wise, right? So first preference I give for this understanding and giving a priority to first chapter, that is GST in India and introduction. So GST in India and introduction will have a minimum weightage of 7 marks in the exam, and that can go up to even 15 marks also. Okay. So give a first priority to that chapter where we discussed about deficiencies in pre-GST regime. We discussed about the features of indirect taxes. We discussed about benefits of indirect taxes to the country. So yes, these points becomes very very important in that entire discussion, and differences between direct tax and also indirect tax. So from the first chapter, and not only that, we discussed about something called GST compensation cess, and we have also discussed about we discussed about the GST council. So these becomes the important topics from the first chapter. And coming to the supply chapter, yes, supply chapter could have a weightage in the exam for even 5 to 7 marks again. Yes, there schedule 1, that is nothing but deemed supplies and also composite supply and also mixed supply. Schedule 1 and also composite supply and mixed supply is very very important from that chapter. And coming to the next chapter, that is a charge of GST, that is their composition scheme and also RCM, both are important. Composition scheme and RCM both are important. Yes, there can be a question coming from either composition scheme or RCM, that is reverse charge mechanism, but there is a high possibility of question coming from reverse charge mechanism. I would have marked some topics to be important in class. Example, goods transport agency. Example, directorship. Example, government services. Example, renting of motor vehicle. Example, security services. So these I would have marked important in the class, and I am telling now. So please try to concentrate in these areas from the chapter charge of GST. And going ahead, the next chapter is nothing but exemptions. Yeah, exemptions don't target much on reading everything. Day before, you have to concentrate on important areas like education, healthcare, and also legal services. Education, healthcare, legal services, agriculture, and also charity. These 5 are very very important. I'll repeat again: education, healthcare, agriculture, charity, and also legal services. These 5 are very crucial. Please try to concentrate more on these 5 areas. And going ahead, of course, value of supply and also time of supply, very very important chapter. I would say highest important chapter, value of supply and also time of supply. So please target on that. Please be careful with that. And of course, in ITC also, yes, definitely there should be a question coming from ITC. Especially focus on the block credit and also section number 16 and also section number 49, 49A, 49B. I would say 3 things: section 16, all the conditions; section 17, subsection 5, blocked credit; and also section number 49, 49A, 49B, and also input service distributor concept. So concentrate on this area. These would be very very important. And coming to the next chapter, that is registration. Yes, registration, section 22, 23, 24, 25. The priority sections, criteria for taking registration. exemption from registration, compulsory registration and procedure for registration section 25. So these 22, 23, 24, 25 sections are very important registration chapter. And coming to the next chapter, there e-way bill is very important, e-invoicing is very important. I mean the like what we say, tax invoice, debit note, credit note chapter, there e-way bill and also e-invoice, both are very important concept. And coming to the payment of tax chapter, yes, 3 ledgers are important there, e-cash ledger, e-credit ledger and also e-liability ledger, and also interest portion, also late fee portion is important. And coming to returns, don't focus much on returns, just remember the list of all the returns, due date and also purpose. And also in GSTR1 there is applicability, GSTR1 invoice was you have to give details, that list also is better important, okay. Yes, now coming to the customs part, in customs part don't spend much time on the remaining parts, spend more time on the valuation under customs. And the customs valuation chapter is very crucial. From there itself 7 marks question will come, or 7 or 8 marks. I mean the weightage depends on MCQ whether it comes or not, but yeah, very important chapter, that is valuation under customs. So please be careful, please be thorough with section number 14 in customs and also the valuation rules, especially rule number 10. Okay, yeah, these are the things which you have to be giving priority before the exam day. And all the best for your exams. I hope you have done the exams better in the past exams. No worries whether you have done good or not, you target well for this exam, you prepare well for this exam. Maybe this exam you may get good exemption, and that this exemption may carry the remaining papers, but like whether if you are getting some shortage of marks. Don't get discouraged if you have written the previous exam a bit with less confidence. No worries, now that gets compensated by this exam if you get an exemption here. Okay, so all the best for your exams. I hope you are doing great and I hope you are preparing well. So I'm not going to take much of your time. All the best and thank you. Bye. We'll meet in the future.